When you're standing in front of a big screen, you want to know whether you're actually getting a tool that will make your workflow smoother, not just a glossy piece of glass. That's why I'm going to walk through the real-world pros and cons of the Planar UltraRes P-Series 55-inch 4K commercial monitor, so you can decide if it's worth the budget hit for your office, classroom, or studio. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about why buying a 55-inch 4K touchscreen isn't as simple as picking the highest resolution you see. The biggest hesitation most buyers have is whether the screen will stay bright enough in a lit environment, and whether the touch layer will hold up when it's being used all day. In a conference room that has windows or an industrial training space with fluorescent lighting, you need a display that won't wash out. You also have to wonder if a 24-hour-a-day solution will actually survive continuous use without drifting or losing touch accuracy. Those are the practical questions that separate a decent commercial monitor from a money sink. The UltraRes P-Series is built around a 55-inch LCD panel with 38/402/160 resolution and a projected capacitive touch layer. What matters most in everyday use is the combination of color accuracy and brightness. Planar rates the display at 500 nits, which is enough to keep the picture punchy even with overhead lights on. In my experience, that level of brightness lets you read fine details on a 4K map or a high-resolution CAD drawing without squinting, which is a big win for architects and engineers who need every line to be crisp. Touch performance is where the UltraRes really tries to stand out. The Pinpoint accurate, projected capacitive technology means you can place a finger or a stylus anywhere on the surface, and the system will register it within a millimeter. For a classroom setting, that translates into smooth interaction when students are dragging and dropping items on a shared whiteboard. In a retail environment, staff can quickly scroll through inventory screens without lag. The touch layer also comes with a protective glass that resists scratches, which is reassuring when you have a lot of hands on the screen throughout the day. One of the hidden trade-offs is the need for a robust mounting solution. Because the unit is designed for 24-hour operation, you'll want a wall mount or a heavy-duty stand that can bear the weight and keep the screen level. If you just set it on a flimsy desk riser, you could end up with wobble that interferes with touch accuracy. The good news is Planar supplies VSA-compatible mounting holes, but you'll have to budget for a proper commercial-grade mount if you don't already have one. Now, let's get into the multi-source capability that many buyers ask about. The monitor can display up to 4 video inputs simultaneously, split across the screen. Imagine a control room where you need to watch live CCTV feeds, a production schedule, a weather map, and a social media ticker all at once. The UltraRes lets you assign each source to a quadrant without needing a separate processor. That can simplify cabling and reduce the number of external devices you have to manage. On the flip side, you do need a graphics card or video wall processor that can output 4 HDMI or DisplayPort streams at 4K, which can add cost if your current setup isn't up to spec. Energy consumption is another practical factor. The unit is ENERGY STAR certified, so even though it's a 55-inch panel, it doesn't guzzle power like older commercial displays. Over a month of 24-hour operation, that can shave a few $100s off your electricity bill, which is something facilities managers appreciate when they're balancing budgets. Who should consider buying the UltraRes P-Series? If you run a design firm that needs an ultra-clear 4K canvas for collaborative reviews, or you manage a training facility where multiple users will be interacting with the screen all day, the combination of high brightness, precise touch, and multi-source layout makes it a solid investment. It's also a good fit for medical imaging rooms where color fidelity is critical because the panel is calibrated for accurate tones out of the box. Who might skip it? Small businesses that only need a basic digital signage display probably won't get enough return on the price tag. If your environment is a low-light home office, a cheaper consumer-grade 4K monitor will deliver similar resolution without the need for a rugged touch layer. Also, if you don't have the infrastructure to feed 4K sources, you'll be paying for a feature you can't use, which dilutes the value. The practical strengths of this monitor are the brightness that holds up in bright rooms, the touch accuracy that feels as responsive as a tablet, and the ability to split 4 inputs without extra hardware. The weaknesses are the necessity for a solid mounting solution, the reliance on a capable video source for the multi-view mode, and the price point that puts it out of reach for hobbyists. Those are the real considerations that determine whether the UltraRes delivers value beyond